I think there is an optimal solution. I've been waiting for somebody to say it, and you've sort of said it halfway, but here's my solution. And I want to put this on record because to me, the best solution to this is yes, a security guarantee, but not by the US. I think that a Chinese security guarantee is the best solution. Let me tell you why. So, China is largely a neutral player here, but has a big stake in the energy. Um, they have a transactional, by all accounts, a transactional relationship with Iran, and China could broker, because they do have that relationship, uh, a ceasefire, which then would negotiate, I would say, three things, right? One, open the strait, or at least open the strait to Chinese traffic. Um, Two, secure the nuclear material. In other words, China takes custody of that nuclear material. And three, offers a security guarantee for Iran, so long as Iran stays out of Israel, provides a security guarantee in return to its western and eastern neighbors, and and then China underwrites that. I think that gives the U.S. kind of an elegant back out because they've already sort of made some um, though they've made it clear that they're looking for partners, right?
Right.
I don't think the Europeans can do it because they're too aligned to the US. And I don't think the Russians can do it because they're too aligned to Iran. I think it's only China. And I think that gives everyone a back out. Israel, they want the nuclear capability out of Iran. China can guarantee that. That's a win. The U.S. wants an easy way out of this, and no, and the rest of the world, doesn't want to see a U.S.-China conflict. So, to me, that's the best solution.
But do you see the US allowing China to negotiate an agreement on their behalf?
Not on their behalf,
Okay.
right? So,
Okay.
I would say that no, that's not what I'm saying.
Okay.
I'm saying that what they're doing is they're giving Iran an out. Okay, so we'll take the nuclear material off the table, but we'll provide a security guarantee for you, right? It has nothing to do with the US. Okay, but it
Okay.
gives the US a de-escalation pathway, right? Which then gives them an opportunity to negotiate with China at arm's length to Iran, Israel maybe at the table as well. And I think that provides a kind of an elegant solution to this. Now, there are egos here. you know, is Xi and Trump going to,
Right.
how will they maneuver relative to each other? But I think every week this goes on, the downsides go up, right? So, and those downsides eventually will, in my opinion, unless China has unfettered access to that energy, China will have to come off the sideline at some point. So I think it's best for them to come off the sideline now and negotiate a ceasefire and start negotiating with Iran to take that material out of Iran. They also have the capability to quarantine and to, at some level, destroy that material. So that, that's feasible. And that is a Russia neutral solution, which, the Russians aren't going to be super happy about it because right now we haven't talked about Russia, but with
Yeah.
the constraint on this 20% of the world's energy, Russia is obviously a main beneficiary to that. And
Right.
anything that potentially prevents that would be problematic for Russia for them to keep, realizing the windfall from the change in these sanctions. But China is also the only player that can counter effectively Russia. So I think that's the best solution. I think that also it would allow Trump to save face because if the goal is to take the the fissile material out of Iran, that can be achieved. And then for Israel, the goal largely to degrade the Iranian military for a generation, that's also been achieved. So to
Mhm.
me, that's the win-win-win.